The CMV-22B is the Navy's long-range, medium-lift element of the intra-theater aerial logistics capability. It fulfills the Joint Force Maritime Component Commander time-critical logistics air connector requirements by transporting personnel, mail, and priority cargo from advanced bases to the sea base. The first Osprey Tilfrotor aircraft to serve with the U.S. Navy joined the fleet Monday, June 22nd, in a small, socially distanced ceremony in California. The CMV-22B Osprey replaces the older C-2 Greyhound cargo plane in the carrier onboard delivery role. The U.S. Navy has accelerated the sunset of the C-2 Greyhound aircraft from 2027 to 2024. Rear Admiral Scott Kahn, a director of air warfare on the Chief of Naval Operations Staff, recently told USN News. The Osprey touched down at Naval Station North Island in San Diego. The aircraft is the first to join VRM-30. According to U.S. Naval Institute News, VRM-30 was the first squadron to receive the new aircraft, officially announced in 2018. The airplane is the first in the Navy's high-visibility white and gray paint job, a color scheme it uses to identify unarmed, non-combatant aircraft. Carrier onboard delivery, COD aircraft typically shuttle food, mail, ammunition, spare parts to and from carriers at sea. CODs also act as the Navy's private airline, shuttling people to and from the ship. The CMV-22B replaces the fixed-wing C-2A Greyhound, though the Greyhound's basic airframe flies on as the E-2C-D Hawkeye airborne early warning and control aircraft. The CMV-22B offers some advantages over the C-2A. The C-2A was limited to operating from real airports and airfields, with airfields several thousand feet long. The flexibility of the tiltrotor design means the Navy's new carrier onboard delivery aircraft can take off and land from nearly any flat surface. The CMV-22B can even operate from the Wasp and America-class amphibious assault ships and the Navy's new Expeditionary afloat bases, though carriers typically embark several Seahawk helicopters that can accomplish the same task. As told by USNI News, there are three main differences in the CMV-22B compared to the Marines' MV-22B. The Navy's aircraft will have an extended range fuel system, a high-frequency beyond line-of-sight radio, and a public address system in the back of the aircraft. A big reason why the Navy chose to replace the C-2A fleet: the older airplane cannot transport the F-35's Pratt & Whitney F-135 jet engine. The CMV-22B can carry one of the big, beefy engines. The Navy's version of the F-35, the F-35C, is going on its first operational deployment in 2021 aboard the USS Carl Vinson. The Ospreys of VRM-30 will deploy with the F-35Cs when Vinson goes to sea next year. At the same time, the CMV-22B does have a downside. The tiltrotor has a range of 1,150 nautical miles compared to the C-2A's 1,400 nautical miles, something that could make rendezvousing with a carrier task force on the move more tricky. This is the longest range of any Osprey variant in operation and only possible due to additional fuel tanks. But this obstacle is partially mitigated by the Osprey's ability to refuel in midair, a capability the C-2A lacked. The Osprey can also only carry 6,000 pounds of cargo compared to the C-2A's 10,000 pounds. With the ability to travel up to 1,150 nautical miles, the CMV-22B will be a lifeline for our servicemen and women out at sea. Kristen Houston, the Vice President of Boeing Tiltrotor Programs and Director of the Bell Boeing V-22 program, said in a statement. The CMV-22B Osprey features a large wing with two Rolls-Royce T406 turboshaft engines. The Osprey can rotate the engine wing and engine vertically to take off and land like a helicopter. Once in the air, it can rotate the wing 90 degrees and fly like a conventional twin-propeller aircraft. In aircraft configuration, the Osprey is significantly faster than a helicopter, cruising at a speed of 280 knots. In addition, the Osprey is being developed as a tanker aircraft able to perform aerial refueling missions. The idea is to transport fuel and use a probe technology to deliver fuel to key aircraft such as an FA-18 or F-35C. The U.S. Navy is the third service to operate the Osprey. The U.S. Marine Corps flies the MV-22 variant as an assault transport, while the U.S. Air Force operates the CV-22 as a long-range special operations and search and rescue craft. The U.S. Army has declined to field the aircraft, but a similar new tiltrotor, the Bell V-280 Valor, competes to replace the UH-60 Blackhawk and AH-64 Apache as the service's medium-sized helicopter. The Navy wants 39 Ospreys for $4.2 billion and hopes to eventually operate 48 of the aircraft worldwide.